We often try to figure out what's the best workout, how many time we should train, how many sets, how many reps, but we can spend a huge amount of time searching for this information on YouTube, Instagram, internet, but all this time spent searching sometimes takes us away from what really matters. So practicing, testing, and making what we learn our own. The truth is, there is no magic formula because everyone is different, and what works for someone might not work for someone else. And even what works for you now will not work might not work in 6 months, because the body adapts to the stimulus, and at some point it will not give you the same results, so you will need to change it. I think that most answers come from doing, from experience, by learning to listen to your body, not by constantly chasing information. With time, I've learned that body awareness, so the ability to feel and understand your own body, is key to having a healthy body and staying strong for the long run. So for me, body awareness is not just a skill for yoga and spiritual practices. I believe it's useful for every athlete and honestly anyone that wants to improve their body and feel good in it. I've seen it in people who've been training for years, whether it's yoga or bodybuilding or any kinds of athlete. They naturally develop this sense of body awareness, whether they are realizing it or not. But when you become aware of this tool and you use it intentionally, that's when it's become a game changer for your well-being. Over the years, I developed my own body awareness, and I noticed a lot of benefits in performance, in injury prevention, and even being able to heal myself in some cases. So in this video, I want to share the benefits of developing body awareness and give you also some practical tools so you can start working on it right now. So the first benefit is injury prevention. So we know that we need to warm up before training, but someone with the good body awareness will warm up in a smarter way. They will adjust their warm-up depending on limitations or tensions that they feel in their body that day. So things that could stop them from training effectively and safely. So they won't warm up out of habit, but by observing themselves and checking how they feel right now and identifying areas that might feel tight and might present a risk of injury. So body awareness also helps you diagnose weak or painful areas in your body. Someone with good body awareness will be able to find movements or exercises that help strengthen or heal those areas. You kind of become your own doctor. So for example, if they feel knee pain, they will instinctively test movement that relieve this pain. So releasing the quads, loosening the adductors, strengthening the hamstrings, working on hip rotation drills, and so on. So they will experiment and feel which movement helps immediately, and that sensation guides them to understand what's going on and choose the right move for their body. So another benefit of body awareness is improving your daily life. So when you're training without listening to your body, you can stress it. And sure, you have big muscles, you feel strong, but what's the point if you constantly feel tight and your back hurts all the time and you can't even pick up something on the ground? So good body awareness helps you protect your body. It helps you understand what kind of movement your body needs, and you start building a body that's resilient, strong, elastic, healthy, with solid joints, and that stays young as it gets older. So another benefit of body awareness is to use it as a tool for progress. So when you develop it, you develop your sensations as well, and you are able to feel the stimulus of your training. So it is important because if you don't have enough stimulus in your training, you will not be able to progress. And someone with a good body awareness will be able to adapt his training and change the exercises to have sufficient stimulus. So even during the recovery process, he will feel changes like improvements in his body, like subtle sensations, and he will be able to understand what elements from the last training help him feel this way. So all those signs give you valuable information, and they show you that you are on the right track, and it helps you make better choices. Sometimes you can hit a plateau in your training, and it will be harder for you to improve. And your body is asking for something new, a new stimulus. So you will need to listen and experiment. And with practice, you will understand which movement really challenge you, and that's how you break plateaus and keep making progress. So let's take an example. You want to increase your number of pull-ups, and you are stuck at the same number. So by knowing your body and identifying what part of the movement is the hardest for you, so it can be the bottom part. So it can mean that the back muscles are not engaged enough. So in this case, someone with a good body awareness will try a small adjustment to activate the lats at the beginning of the pull. So now let's talk about how to develop body awareness. I don't think that it's a gift. Anyone can develop it because it's already there, it's part of you. And like any practice, it can be learned. So it's never too late. And you have to understand that it's not something that you can master once and for all. You build it continuously over time, because there is always more to learn about your body. Also, I think it's not just about intuition. I think that you can break it down into a process. So let me share you some principles. So the first step is to create a space where you can train this awareness. So a great way to start is by finding a physical practice that you enjoy. So it can be any sport or discipline, and that gives you a dedicated space to connect to your body. And the more mature your body awareness becomes, the more you will be able to apply it outside that space in your daily life. It's also important to spend time alone, training by yourself from time to time, and to really explore and integrate what you've learned. The second thing is to have some knowledge about anatomy and biomechanics. You don't need to know everything, but it helps to understand the main muscles, the bones, the joints that are involved in your practice. So also get to know your body physical capacities, like strength, endurance, speed, coordination, and also the main movements that your body can do with the spine, the hips, the shoulders, so it can flex, extend, bend, twist. So there is many main movements that we need to know. So this knowledge will help you understand what you're doing in your practice, and it will help you to put names on what you feel also in your body. So that's also important to develop your body awareness. So the third principle is practicing scanning your body and categorizing your sensations. So sensations can be things like pain, discomfort, fatigue, or good ones like lightness, energy, relaxation. So your sensations are key because they help you make better decisions. So to identify your sensations, you can practice a body scan. So you slowly bring your attention in each area of your body, from the head to the toes. And for each area, you try to look how you feel. So you can do it with your eyes closed if it helps, You can do it in the morning, you can do it before or after a training. There is no rules. So the last principle is act based on what you feel. So your sensations are signals. So they are messages that your body sends you. So you need to interpret them and make the right decisions. Pain or fatigue are not necessarily bad. They are signs that your body is trying to protect you and helping you to avoid injury. For example, if I feel tension in my lower back, I will massage the area, do some mobility work, and maybe postpone my next deadlift session. On the other hand, some discomfort can be useful. For example, in a massage or a stretch that feels intense, it can give better results than ones that's too gentle or soft. So once you feel a certain sensation, the question is, what's the best action I can take in response? And if that action works, you can keep it in your toolbox of good action. For example, I feel a tension in a muscle, I massage it, I feel release, I save that action for the next time. There are obvious actions like I'm tired, I rest, I'm hungry, I eat, I feel pain and might get injured, I stop. But for some sensations, their best actions are more subtle. They require deeper awareness and more practice. So let's take an example from mobility. So you do a forward fold, so you try to touch the floor by keeping the legs straight. So you can do it passively by letting gravity do the work, or you can use your abs to pull yourself down, and you will see that you get more range of motion. So another example, so let's say you are hanging from a bar, completely relaxed, so you feel a stretch in your lats, then you try to tilt your pelvis backward, and then you feel that the stretch in the lats deepens. So you discover these subtle things by training, testing, and exploring. That's how you grow this toolbox of good actions. And with time and practice, your awareness will become more refined. So we are at the end of the video, and I just want to remind you that it's not just about performance, it's about building a body that works for you, strong, mobile, and alive. So if you like this video, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.